Kid Clankers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about macromolecules and dive into the four categories: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Today, we're going to be talking about, oh that's right, biomolecules.
First off, let's look at how structure affects function. As the protein wrapped itself into a secondary structure, the R group asked the question: are you a secondary group because you function like one, or do you function like one because you are a secondary group? The protein pondered on the R group's question. If you were to evolve into a tertiary, would you lose your function? Nah, I wouldn't. The function won't change as long as the secondary group remains inside the tertiary, since the shape/function of the secondary does not change when different parts are introduced.
Now, if you're following this, let's talk a little bit about our happy little macromolecule groups. Now, for this, you're only going to need four groups: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and finally those nucleic acids. Let's start with carbohydrates. Now, let's add some monomers. Carbohydrates have monosaccharides as the monomers. Proteins have amino acids, aka my ex-wife, as their monomers. Lipids have glycerol as their monomers. And finally, those little nucleic acids have happy little nucleotides as their monomers.
Want to learn how these biomolecules play a role in your life? Don't look at me. I don't know.
But I do! Carbohydrates. Man, do I have a story for you. Firstly, these carbohydrate molecules barged into my home claiming they're from Big Sugar, whatever that means. And, you know, they started showing me their badges to prove it. This one guy showed me his glucose badge, monosaccharides, sucrose badge, disaccharides. And the third one finally showed his role as starch in the polysaccharide department. And I was wondering why they came into my house. Then I remembered my house was made of bread, alright? And I only ate foods such as pasta, egg whites, brown rice, and high fructose corn syrup, so you know. But then, in the nick of time, my protein guards came in. They're like mega strong, dude. Like, they're really jacked. I know this because they only eat beans, meats, yogurt, dark greens, and, you know, stuff like that. They said something like, yo man, don't mess with these monomers. Then they flex their monomers, dude. Like 2 feet wide, their muscles. I'm not even joking. And they contained all 20 kinds of amino acids too. It's like, wow. And the carbs were like,
oh yeah, well, we can also see your polysaccharides such as enzymes and blood clotting proteins, as well as antibodies that are part of the animal's immune system, and insulin, which regulates blood sugar levels.
Since this bum is so concentrated on types of proteins, let's dive into how they're made. In today's How It's Made episode, we'll hear Weston's obsession with proteins. Let me break it down for you. Proteins are made from monomers. As you know, they're a macromolecule group, and macromolecule groups are made of one or more monomers. To explain how multiple monomers link together, we'll have to get a little wet. Monomers interact and link to each other like birds of a feather, through functional groups that are never under the weather. Functional groups are like the molecules that participate in chemical reactions. These molecules are found on the outside of compounds, allowing them to react with other functional groups. Another way that monomers link together is through a process called dehydration synthesis, which removes an H2O from two monomers and links the two sides together. To separate groups of monomers, called polymers. I had an uncle that was once a homopolymer. Of course, since my family is reactionary, he was hydrolyzed. So a little bit traumatized by that. You have to reintroduce an H2O to reverse dehydration synthesis.